I'm Daphne Richards. Our question this week is, why can't we plant our favorite Northeastern, Midwestern plants here in Central Texas? You know, it's normal to want to plant non-native plants in your gardens, especially if you've just moved to the south or west from a colder, rainier climate. Your instinct naturally goes to the plants that you're familiar with, and this impulse is actually more ingrained in us than you might realize. The first botanists in the United States brought with them plants from their native European homes. They also brought along plants that were collected and treasured by British and European botanists who were the world's leading plant collectors at a time when interest in botany was skyrocketing. And so the plants that were brought with the Brits became very popular in the nursery trade, and so did plants that were native to the northeastern U.S. Along with the development of our nation, our gardening interests also developed, as did businesses that served those interests. So our gardening knowledge is based on that northeastern foundation, making us long for the beautiful plants like peonies that we've been trained to love. But there's a lot to love about our native Southwestern plants too. It just takes a little more time, research, and attention to develop that love. These stunning peony specimens do quite well in the Ohio garden of Kylie Bomley of the blog Our Little Acre. Our plant this week is lamb's ears, Stachys byzantina, which thrives in our hot, arid climate. Even if you've never seen these plants in person, it's obvious from pictures that it gets its name from the overwhelming fuzziness of its pretty little gray leaves. This is definitely a plant grown for its foliage, but the purple flower spikes are also attractive through the summer. Lamb's ears are perennial and are very easy care plants in Central Texas landscapes. Although listed as full sun, they'll do best in hotter climates if protected from the intense heat of the late afternoon. Lamb's ears do best in well-drained soil and may rot in heavy clay soils, especially during cold, wet winters. And adding a little compost to planting beds, if you can, would be a good idea. Being perennial, the top portion of the plant will die back in late fall or early winter, so give them a good pruning after you notice that the top growth is dead. These gorgeous little woolly plants can tolerate cold temperatures well below freezing, so the roots don't need much protection in winter. Getting only 6 to 8 inches tall and a foot wide, lamb's ears make great border plants in the front of garden beds. Our viewer picture this week comes from Stan and Jean with their darling little German Shepherd, Loki. I think if I had such a beautiful native landscape, I'd want to romp around in it too, and so would Augie. To do in your garden this week, it's time to plant and prune your trees, and it's also time to plant and prune roses. We'd love to hear from you, so please visit klru.org/ctg to send us your questions and pictures from your garden.